actually.
Ready, big man?
Yeah, right, I've got my water. Check.
I've got my water. Check.
Episode already.
I know. You see that new SBD drop?
I think it looks really good.
You think?
What do you think?
I think Josh Piney's twitching. He loves it.
Does he?
Loves the
I can
purple.
imagine.
He loves
I
the
tell you
purple.
who, Rhys Davis also likes purple.
Rhys Davis.
Rhys Davis, big Rhys Davis likes purple, yeah. He's pretty excited about it as well. What do you think about the training attire? So they've got like training tee and shorts now.
Oh, shorts is not kind of like, I think that's a new venture that normally it's you don't find SBD shorts anywhere.
They have the cotton ones, don't they? I couldn't train in those.
Non-train. They're more of a athleisure wear type.
Yeah.
You just wear out to like go to the shops, go to your local Lidls. Oh, look at me! I'm wearing SBD shorts.
Probably wouldn't want to do that in purple,
No.
would you? I did. Cal, what do you think? Let's see what Callie thinks about the SBD.
Get in here, Kels.
What do you think of the new SBD attire?
Yeah, really nice purple. But I, for some reason, thought they'd have two singlets, two different colours, because I always think of the other brand.
They did that with
The blue and
the blue. No,
pink.
the blue was just one singlet, wasn't it?
The orange.
The orange one had like a grey
Orange
and an
grey,
orange.
so like a two-toned. But then, yeah, didn't they release like the pink and the blue ones? There was like a bright pink, the one that Millie wore.
I think that was A7.
A7? I think that was A7.
That was A7, wasn't it?
Sorry, my bad.
No, you don't have to apologise.
My
I'm
bad.
sure.
I thought this was more.
We're not sponsored by SBD, Brian. If you want to.
Or
I was a
A7.
little bit like, do I?
But you know, if they want to give us a little sponsorship drop,
Yeah, it was just.
we're open.
Yeah, it was. I've got my A7 shorts on now. Right? But yeah, so
Clearly we're biased.
the blue. What? So
I'm
if you're
joking.
looking at the SBD stuff, then so the blue drop, the orange, and now the purple. What's your favourite out of those three?
If I was going to choose, I think grey. But then orange.
What, the grey orange
orange.
one?
Yeah, because I do love grey.
So the grey with the orange trimmings.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
As much as I like the new purple, I like it's more of a lilac. You think?
the singlet.
Lavender.
I don't think the singlet is though.
Yeah.
The singlet itself is a strong purple, like with white trimmings. I think it looks really
Yeah,
nice.
it is nice.
I haven't looked at that. I
Is
only
it
looked
white
at the
trimmings?
trade.
So like
stuff.
you got like the lilac off
Yeah.
purple for like certain products, but the singlet itself is the strong purple, the same color as the training shorts,
Yeah.
with white. It looks really nice. I think if I was a lean, mean fighting machine,
Yeah, I mean you are.
I think I think I really like the blue, but I just could never see myself in that with these love handles. The orange, not the orange singlet, but the grey is nice. But this purple one now I think is really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got the confidence to, again, like the blue one, to get it.
Yeah.
Little confession on it is last night in the gym while I was waiting for Callie, because obviously I don't talk much in the gym. I get through my workout. I went onto SBD, obviously got sucked into the new drop.
Oh, yeah.
I actually added the training stuff to the basket.
Almost.
But, and I'm going to tell you why I didn't pull the trigger on it, because I think the training shorts and the top look really good. But I had this moment where I was just like, so SBD don't have these drops very often, and I feel like I quite quickly get sick of seeing them, because everybody has them.
Yeah.
And I had this moment, I was like, I'm going to go against the grain.
You're going to be that guy.
I'm going to go against the grain. And also, I knew that I wouldn't look as fabulous as some of the other lifters.
No, I think if you wore like the top and like your normal black shorts, I think that'd be.
But I felt like I had to go full.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people like Rondell Hunt wearing it now, and he looks great in it. But I'm still not Rondell Hunt. But so what I did was this: I didn't order it.
Yeah.
I jumped onto A7's website.
This guy.
Plug in A7 again, because I've got A7 shorts. I trust them. I already know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I actually ordered. I actually haven't told you this. I actually ordered myself A7 training t-shirt. It's actually a comp tee, but it'll be for training. I went for a white tee and the black shorts with the white sides.
White tee.
which is ironically the same ones that were worn at the Welsh Champs.
Yeah.
So quite often I sit at these places and I'm like, it's never going to work on me. Like I'm not. This marketing strategy doesn't work on me. Like, but I've just ordered myself a pair of them.
Yeah.
So
do you know who's really like a victim of like A7 merch? Jerwin.
Yeah.
Jerwin loves
I agree.
an A7.
Or I think his wardrobe is A7.
It is A7.
He's got all the colours.
He has all the colours.
Yeah.
He's got the booty for all the colours though. But the main reason I went white t-shirt with a white size is because I wanted to go like kind of like I wanted to avoid black. I wanted to think right, summer's coming.
Yeah.
I wanted to really like let my hair down. So I thought, right, go for a nice light summerly colour. And I suppose I was infused by the new Aspire purple SBD.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, the white top might be all right with those black and white shorts. And I was like, oh, actually, it makes sense. So yeah, see me rocking that.
That's good.
But the white is going to expose my insecure parts.
Yeah. So, a lot of people's been asking us about these nice tops.
Are we presenting ourselves here?
I'm just like, I'm watching telly. Right,
Yeah, so during the Welsh Champs, a lot of people's when they're asking about them, Dalt, do you want to give them a lowdown on these tees?
Yeah, of course I will. So these are limited edition. As fabulous as they are, they're not on the everyday market at the moment. They are for employees only. Speaking of these drops. But while we are on the conversation about them being for employees only and them being as limited as they are, depending on Kelly's negotiations with her salary, there might become a vacancy because I think her agent's coming in hardballing. But we won't bring that up on air. We'll let the professionals deal with that in the background. Yeah. But she's taking us for everything, Bri. I know we're just starting up, so it's hard going.
Oh, great.
Oh, post.
Postman's, yeah.
Postman's like,
Oh, yeah. Did you not put the podcast sign on the door?
Yeah, live.
On air.
Put the live light on.
Do not disturb.
Yeah.
On air. That sounded heavy, actually. Maybe that's the A7 sponsorship coming from the post.
Maybe. Hopefully. You know where we're
Hopefully we're holding out. They obviously haven't seen our email yet.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the Welsh powerlifting, the Welsh Champs on the weekend. I think we're all quite excited to talk about that.
Yeah. First off, we want to thank Welsh Powerlifting for an exceptional comp. I think this year has been really good. It's very much a change, with the venue, kind of the setup. I think the day ran really, really well.
Yeah.
And from our stats, it's very much the most competitive comp to date.
Yeah. When we were looking at it, 12 out of the 14 totals put up at last year's Welsh Champs were beaten this year.
Yeah.
Which is really nice to see. So and I think only maybe 4 of them were returning champions back to back.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see that we haven't just got the same lifters dominating, because there's natural progression. So that would be a given to have a bigger total if it's the same athletes. But we've got different people competing. We've got totals being beaten every year. Yeah. It's definitely getting more competitive.
Definitely, yeah.
And I thought it was so much better this year having it in a neutral venue as opposed to a gym. So I think that is a massive win in itself.
Big step up to the stream. Shout out to Lucas who did a lot of that, and James Kemp. The kind of live stream of the athletes walking out, different angles. It's not just athlete comes in, does their lift, athlete walks out. There is very much a follow through into kind of into the warm up area or the holding area. Yeah,
it'd be interesting actually to ask you on this, because the only time in the short time we've obviously been powerlifting, the only time I would compare it to the British powerlifting that I witnessed with Kelly, right? So for you, like, did you feel the same, the way it was set up?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, it was really good.
Did it remind you,
Just even like the warm-up area, I think Jack, so I was sat with Meg's partner, and he was just replaying back his walkout, his lifts, and he was walking back into the warm-up area. It was brilliant. Yeah. It was really good. It's really good. And it shows that athlete's journey, I suppose.
Yeah. I think in the moment as well, when you're watching it, when you're in the venue watching it, you're not watching the live stream.
No.
So when you do then watch the live stream, so I think I watched a bit of it the next day and seeing it from that perspective, you realise how professional it looked and how good it looked on the live stream as well. So
definitely. I think it's very much it's quite hard to do that in a gym, but in the venue that they had, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing, maybe the warm up area could have been bigger.
It did look a little snug.
I think a lot of the coaches had comments on kind of movement of athletes, kind of taking their attempts. They have a lot of the athletes had to share bars, so on. I know that in the day they made it work, but it could have been just to help accommodate the athletes and coaches going into the comp.
Yeah, and I think there was the one frustration I think was consistent was there wasn't a spin bike or something to warm up. A form of cardio. So I think there was. I think that would be the one negative. Do you think? I think it's obvious that they're going to improve every year now, which is so exciting. It's going to get more competitive every year. We're all obviously going to enjoy being a part of the journey. Do you think they will use the same venue next year?
I think the venue is really good. I think they can play around with warm-up areas a little bit better. It would be nice because you got to give it a chance to go again. I mean, if we've tried it like a couple of times and it's not working out so much, or Welsh Powerlifting's found a new venue that could accommodate a little bit more, I think then that kind of like warrants a change. But in terms of whether they change, I think it's too early to tell if whether the venue should be used or not.
I think there's definitely a good chance it would be used again. We actually were talking about it when we were driving there on Saturday morning, and talking about like how weird it felt when we first got in the car and we had to leave Cardiff. And that just goes to show how spoilt we've been. And like you're always going to have people who are like, well, you know, they're so used to it being in Cardiff, they feel like it should be in Cardiff. But Welsh Championships is for the whole of Wales. Like, I think it'd be so cool if it moved around. Like, I think if 1 year it is in North Wales, how cool would that be? Like, you want it to mean something. Like, for the athletes who are elite athletes in Wales and, you know, they're at the top of the tree, they don't want to be showing up and competing in the same venue every year. None of us want to, or the same location.
It would make the event a little bit more special.
I think so.
The travel comes along with it, you know. It's part of the experience of Welsh Champs every year.
Yeah, and I think for our lifters from West Wales, North Wales, like I think quite often the people who are privileged in Cardiff kind of forget how much more goes into it for them with the travel, and you know their externals are a little different. Because for us, within reason, the way it used to be, say if you were training in PB, where it has been in the past, you'd be training in PB in your everyday routine, and then on the weekend when you compete, you go to the same place. So that's so convenient and such a privilege, such good fortune. But for most people, they don't have that advantage. So I think it'd be awesome to see it move around.
Yeah, it'd be really good.
The competition.
I think it makes it fair. I think it'd be nice.
Also, it was the first year that we've done a halftime show.
Yeah. I couldn't believe when I saw that. It was like called halftime show. I was like,
so for you guys who didn't know, we didn't know what the setup of the day was going to be. We thought it was going to be a little intimate table. We're going to have like a 1-to-1 with the athletes, you know. But on the day, they were like, yep, we're going to set you up on the main stage live in front of everyone. And we were like...
With one mic. And then we had to like go around the people that we'd spoken to and said that they don't mind doing the interviews. And make sure that they were comfortable with like being on the centre stage and under the spot. I felt like honestly, it felt like we had to try and do some kind of stand-up or something. Like all I had going in my head was like a Lee Evans performance. It's like, what's going on?
If we knew, I think we could have made a set for like stand-up show.
I do it for people who might have patiently waited on the live stream for the halftime show. I can only apologise that it was like 15 minutes of interviews. I don't, maybe Welsh Champs Bingo would have been a bigger hit. I don't know.
A bit of a raffle. SPD prizes. I think everyone would be up for that. It'd be really fun. But I think next year we've already kind of spoke with James. Happy for us to come back. Hopefully we can, talk about it and have a little bit more input on kind of how it's going to run, so we can prep a little bit more and make it a little bit more entertaining for people in the stream, people in the auditorium, and as well as the athletes, because this time around, the athletes who's competed in the morning, they were very much hungry and ready to devour food.
I think
we didn't want to keep them, so we had to keep it short.
I think one of them, when I went to pass the mic, actually thought it was food, and no, it's the mic. It's the mic.
Who's that, John?
Yeah, it was John. John went for a nibble on the mic. I was like, no, man, you got to talk into it. But I think we're the same as anything else. So we're saying about Welsh Champs is going to get better every year. We're going to get better every year, so our promos and stuff going into Welsh Champs next year, I'd imagine, are going to be better than what they have been this year. We'll do our best to obviously improve the hype even more so.
Yep.
And then our delivery then will hopefully be better executed as well. But for the people we did have some great support, on the day.
Yeah.
So thank you to people who are obviously supporting us.
Yeah, cheered and clapped when we were looking into the void. But yeah, I think that was really good.
Yeah. It's also trying to think of the casual viewer.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, I know for me, I'm more comfortable giving the live stream. It's so cool that we're in a sport where we have a live stream.
Yeah.
And you can send that to loved ones in different locations and stuff, and they can tune in and watch you. So if we can provide something to people that aren't powerlifters as well, and makes their viewing more enjoyable, and they can understand more, I think there's something special in that. So yeah, we'll obviously look to push on and get better with it as well.
Yeah.
And not just WPA Welsh Powerlifting, but Welsh Powerlifting as a whole, just try to build a special community. So that's exactly what hopefully it'll become. Yeah,
very special.
So speaking about that speciality, obviously, these are limited edition. Unfortunately, you're not going to get hands on them. We'll maybe look to...
we might do something. We don't know. We don't know.
We announce in the future.
You'll have something.
It's not what you're thinking. There's going to be a spice on it.
There'll be a little spice.
Nice.
Yeah.
But maybe one day. One day. Who knows?
Yeah. What's how does it feel? Let's get the reaction. Many people right now would love to be sat where you're sat. I'm sure, Brian. I'm sure. How does it feel to be sat?
Oh, it's like I'm chilling
on the employee loaded plates couch. Sorry.
So for you at home don't know, Kelly's our manager. Anything, any queries? Email us the loaded plates podcast at gmail.com, and Kelly will take them.
Yeah, and while we're on that, as we've said before, if we do pronounce anybody's names wrong, we're sorry and we're stupid, but please let us know and raise your frustrations directly to Kelly.
Yeah, to Kelly. Kelly will take all the complaints.
The complaints manager.
Yeah. You're the everything manager.
She's our PR manager, gigs.
We're the feet on the ground, aren't we, Brian? Yeah. And you're now the driver. You've now just got your new loaded plates vehicle. So she's everything, and we're just like the troops.
Right. Shall we start?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Leave you to it.
Oh well, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.
Excuse my bag.
And we're in.
Cool. Like we said, this is more of a recap episode of Welsh Champs.
Yeah.
Again, like as we said, it was a very good day. 12 out of 14.
Yeah.
Records broken.
Yeah.
Or totals broken. Is that right?
Yeah. I feel so. Last year was the first time I'd watched Welsh Championships live. I thought they'd done a great job in PB the way they set it up.
Yep.
This year I feel like it was the first time I knew enough to really nerd out on Welsh Championships, and I was really able to compare and look at everything.
Yeah.
And when you actually look at, we're talking about the competition rising and stuff, when you look at just in 12 months alone, how much the competition has risen, and not just WPA getting a nicer venue, like the athletes and the sales and the performances have got stepped up as well.
Yeah.
So it does just feel like everything is stepping up.
Yep, definitely. So the way that we're going to run our recap is we're going through the highlights. So we are going to run through the athletes that's gone for 9 for 9 on the day, who it's either, is it perfect execution or is it sandbagging? We're going to tell you.
Well, so that's interesting because obviously everybody wants to go 9 for 9.
Yeah.
And it's funny how people respond to that. So some people think 9 for 9 means that person's sandbagged, and other people think it's perfect execution. But we wanted to kind of objectively highlight lifters and not just pick out people we're familiar with.
Yeah.
And we thought highlighting all the lifters that went 9 for 9 would be a great way of doing that.
Yep, and after we go through those athletes, we're going to go look at the champions, the people who won their categories, and go through kind of their achievements on the day, and different topics. Some might be controversial, but we are just going to kind of give our opinions, untrained opinions.
Yes.
And whatever we say, please do let us know on the Loaded Plates Podcast Instagram, or the Gmail, and Kelly will pick it up.
Preferably the Gmail. But we don't. There's controversy in every sport. We might mention a couple of controversial things in this episode, but our intention is never to upset anybody. It's just us trying to kind of like connect with the community, and just giving our opinion. But we're not trained refs, as Brian's just touched on. So let's jump into it, shall we?
Yep.
Let's start listing our 9 for 9 athletes.
Let's start with. So our first athlete is Marie Warren, under 84, total 452.5.
Yeah, which was a total PB for her. This is only her second time competing as an under 84. Her first ever comp was as an under 84. So for this one, she's obviously decided, she's been doing it as a 76 in the past. That's where she's been most competitive, and she smashed it. She did Commonwealth, I believe.
Yeah, she did.
As a under 76. But for this comp, she weighed in as a very light 84, and she obviously just decided she wanted to have a little bit of fun, and just kind of show up on the day and enjoy it. And she weighed in at 79.7, which is really light for an under 84.
Yeah, still a lot of room there to gain in terms of strength. And
Definitely. This is the third time she's gone 9 for 9.
Which is crazy.
She looked great on the day. And
very strong.
I think we're both quite excited to see her establish. Assuming she's going to look to do that, we hope she does.
Yeah.
But we would love to see Marie establish herself as a comfortable 84.
Yeah.
And we're confident that she would push on and be strong and very competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our first one. So Marie Warren, well done on your 9 for 9 day. We're excited to see more from you. Who do we have next?
So another exciting athlete.
Yeah.
So we have Enzo Caparis, under 66 men, total of 480. Probably, as we spoke about this before, the kind of atmosphere he made for his last deadlift. If you didn't see on the stream, you'll see now.
Enzo next, now with 205 kilo deadlift.
Come on now, Enzo.
Come on. Getting the crowd behind him here.
Come on now, Enzo. Alright.
Let's go.
Nothing like having everyone's support behind you.
Big pull.
Come on.
Keep
That's
going.
it.
Keep going.
It's moving.
Go on. Keep going.
Oh my god.
If he gets this.
That is
Come on.
What a grind.
That was hell of a fight. Fair play.
I know.
So good.
But as you can see in that video, he did the Icelandic chant.
Yeah.
And grinded his all the way up.
I feel like this was one of the moments that we truly witnessed, didn't we? Like we were just there in awe and just like, what is happening right now? And I'm like, we watched that grind, and I remember you saying to me, he was never not gonna get that after getting the crowd behind him like that. And I think we went there on a Sunday, but what we witnessed on the Saturday, this was probably the one moment where the crowd engaged the most with the athlete.
Yeah.
Which was really exciting. And he finished that off, went 9 for 9, perfect day, obviously. And this was his 5th competition, so he's still fairly new. And it was his first competition in Wales. So he's just kind of strutted in. He's got the whole crowd behind him. Already a crowd favourite. 9 for 9, great day. And also had a total PB.
Yeah, congrats to him.
Really good. I think it's definitely one of our moments, one of the loaded plate moments from the competition. So thank you for that, Enzo.
Right, moving on to the next one, we have...
Yeah, Anissa Rahman. I feel like I might have said that wrong, and I shouldn't have, because I get along with this lifter quite well. Well done on your day. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I know him so it's either Anis or Anis. You told me Anis. I remember handling Anis in one of his comps, and I asked him how to pronounce his name, and he told me Anis. And then one of the people on the live stream asked him, and I heard him say Anis, and I was like, "You've just told me Anis." So
give us a call.
Yeah. So we
this.
need confirmation, but we want to congratulate you on your 9 for 9 day. Yeah. This is his first time going 9 for 9.
Yeah,
and he definitely deserves this. He's done 6 competitions, and every time I've seen him lift, I think he looks exceptional. And the one competition where I did handle him, I actually have regrets of my own, and
really?
I feel like I let him down a little bit, because he came out for his 3rd deadlift and he didn't get it, but I feel like it was partly my fault. I feel like I made the wrong call on his attempt.
Okay.
So this is me apologising for that, but now that he's gone on to bigger and better things, I feel like I can get that off my chest. So he also this is only his 2nd competition as an under 74, and he had a total PB. So well done and congratulations on that.
The next one is Jay Rogers, under 105, with a total of 687.5.
Yeah, went 9 for 9, so he's joined the Loaded Plates 9 for 9 club. This is the 3rd time doing just that. His 9th competition, and he had a lovely total PB as well.
Yeah, we were sitting right in front of Jay's entourage, and I can't remember, one of his mates, I think he was just constantly shouting for Jay.
Yeah.
And I remember turning, I was like, damn, he's got some good supporters.
To be honest with you, it wasn't just Jay. I think the whole of the West Wales party.
Yeah.
I think maybe 60% of the West Walian population was in that venue.
Even he West Walian.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
West
So
Wales.
I was getting hairs on the back of my neck and stuff. It was really nice. It was really nice to hear. He had great support, and he had a great day going 9 for 9. So well done with that. And he's also somebody. He's done 9 competitions. Yeah. But there's so much more to come from him, and I feel like he's going to be around for a while, and he's already established himself. He was my first competition. He was competing, and I remember our lifts were really close to each other. At the time, I was a 120 plus, so I was weighing in at like 130 kg body weight. Jay was a 105, and I remember it was my first comp, and our numbers were really close together. And I remember then just like being in awe of him a little bit, thinking, God, this guy's strong. And he was so much lighter than me as well. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of respect for Jay, and he put a great shift in there, so well done.
Next into our 9 for 9 club is
Sean McCarthy.
Yeah.
One of the crowd favourites, isn't he?
Sean done 2 under 93, total 495. It's always good to see Sean up on the platform.
Yeah, I think as long as a comp's got Sean on the roster, it's going to be a good comp. Sean went 9 for 9 for the 4th time. This was his 6th competition. I feel like when you watch Sean lift, I just felt like he'd been lifting for longer, because he just seems so composed. I know there was a conversation where Mark Blackie was kind of like bigging him up that he was breaking all of his records, and Sean just kind of like was quite blasé about it, and just like it's almost like that was part of the script. He just showed up, and he always knew that was what he was going to do. And yeah, it was just really good to watch. He on the day broke all new records, so he had a new squat, bench, deadlift, and total record. So absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well done, Sean.
Next one is Claire Hendy, M2 under 76.
Yeah.
325 kilos.
Claire, I want to say something about Claire. So she is always involved with Welsh competitions. When she's not competing, she's volunteering. This was her 16th competition, and she's gone 9 for 9 5 times.
5 times.
People like Claire deserve a lot of credit because at the start we're talking about how much Welsh powerlifting is growing. I was going to just keep getting better every year. But it's because of people like Claire who, when she's not competing, she's volunteering. And that's rich coming from me because I haven't volunteered a great deal. But people like Claire deserve the gratitude on this. And, you know, we'd like to thank you for that and congratulate you on your 9 for 9 day. And Claire's first competition was in 2018.
Crazy to live that long.
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah, but as I said, she's everything. She's everything Welsh powerlifting. She's not just somebody who competes. So I think it's, you know, people like Claire are very much the fabric of what we're trying to achieve. So yeah, thank you. Louisa Clements. Louisa Clements. Yeah, so obviously an M2 under 69 lifter. She achieved a 330.5 total on the day. She went 9 for 9, so she's joining our Loaded Plates 9 for 9 club. And something I realised was, I think this was Louisa's 3rd competition. Yeah, I'm confident it was her 3rd competition, and she's gone 9 for 9 in all competitions she's ever done.
She's crazy.
So she is executing. And before, and this is where we balance the probability on sandbagging or of absolutely smashing execution, is when you can see somebody's breaking records, you have to go towards execution. So she got a deadlift record on the day. So this is somebody who has just got great execution and is obviously pushing boundaries in the process. This was her first time competing in Welsh Championships. So congratulations, Louisa, and hopefully we see many more of your perfectly executed 9 for 9 days.
We move on to Jazz Reese, who's been under 76 with 380 kilos total.
Yeah, so Jazz, this was her first time going 9 for 9, but it's only her 2nd competition. This was her first time competing in Welsh Championships, and she achieved a total PB on the day. I believe her first competition was the Phil Richard Classic, the one that I had done. And Jazz is somebody who I don't know, but when I see her lift, I feel like, so because she's still so new to it, I think Jazz is somebody who is going to become quite special in the sport. I think she executes quite well, and we're going to be seeing a lot more from her. So yeah, well done on the 9 for 9, and I'm pretty confident that she's going to establish herself quite well amongst the Welsh powerlifters.
Second competition to be Welsh Champs is an achievement. So you did your first, you qualified
Yeah.
straight into Welsh Champs.
Yeah, got your QT in the first, straight into Welsh Champs, straight into the big leagues.
Our next one is a sub-junior, so it's Maisie Aubrey, under 63 with a total of 271. We weren't there on Sunday, but these are on the stats.
Yeah, and that's what's great about us doing the loaded recognition for the 9 for 9. That sounded quite good. Yeah, so obviously, you know, we are only human, but this means that we can objectively provide a spotlight to people who deserve it. And this is why we're now on Maisie Aubrey.
9 to 9, first time sub-junior squat record at, is it 91 kilos?
Yeah, so a 91 kilo squat record was hers on the day.
It's her 4th competition, and it's her first time competing in the Welsh Champs competition.
Yeah, and first time in Welsh Champs competition, she managed to get a total PB.
Well done. Well done, Maisie.
Yeah, well done.
Next on the list is Alice Baker, junior under 76 at 372.5. It's her 5th competition, 9 for 9 second time.
Yeah, the second time she's gone 9 for 9. She went 9 for 9 for her first time in South Africa at Commonwealth Championships. So Alice is obviously somebody who is a promising young star. Well done on the 9 for 9. She broke the bench record on the day with a 92.5. So yeah, there's exciting stuff coming. One thing I noticed when I was going through all the stats was we do have a lot of promising juniors coming through. which is really nice to see,
To know
because that's going to help
also.
us with the progression
Yeah.
of Welsh powerlifting.
Yeah, hopefully when they do they go into the Open, we'll have somewhat of a background prior to them lifting.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have grey hair and we'll know them all. They'll all be in the Open. We'll be in the Masters.
Masters, yeah.
I'll-
Aren't you in the Masters next year?
No. Year after. So cheeky. That hurts.
But well done to Alice.
Yeah, well done, Alice.
So now we move on to Kyle Corella. Juniors under 105s, 650 total.
Yeah, great total.
Yeah. Second competition, 9 for 9 twice.
He's gone 9 for 9.
Yeah.
For the second time.
Yeah, and weighed in as a fake 105. So his total body weight was 98.6.
That's light, isn't it?
Like there's a lot that you can like gain in that kind of 6 kilos.
Yeah,
6 and a bit kilos.
He's got 700 kilo written all over him, isn't he? As a
Yeah.
total, if he fills out the 105.
Yeah, it's almost close to you.
Yeah, I know. It's better than me. Sadly, it's better. And also, when I get into my M1 next year, I'll start to decline as well. He managed to get a total PB, and it was his first time competing in Welsh Championships.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done, Kyle, on your 9 for 9 perfect day.
Yeah. Right, if we move on then. Oh, this is a hard name.
No, so I've done a little bit of research, and it might still be wrong, but I believe you do surname, I'll do first name, right? So Wojtek Harizo. I've been told that
who's our
apparently
source?
people call. I don't want to give a source just in case it's wrong. I was given 2 ways to pronounce the first name, but I struggled with the first way I was told.
Yeah.
So then I was given Wojtek as an easier way to pronounce it. But I was also told apparently his friends call him Clark. That's genuine. So I don't know. I don't know how on the money my source is.
Yeah.
But apparently he goes by the name Clark, but his name is Wojtek. So we'll go with what we've got because we don't know him. So we'll go with Wojtek. So yeah, junior under 93 with a total of 637.5 on the day.
Yep. First time 9 for 9.
Yeah.
Bench record 187.5. That's crazy.
I know.
Nuts.
I know. When I saw that, I was just like, "What?"
We missed a lot on Sunday.
I feel like we did miss a lot. Honestly, I realised there's some crazy benches in the juniors.
That's huge.
If that's not accurate, Wojtek, please let us know. But yeah, when I saw that 187.5, as something's not right. Something's not adding up here. That is crazy. So well done for that.
First time competing in a Welsh champ and managed to get a total PB.
Nice total PB.
Crazy.
With a massive bench record.
This is so Wojtek is going to be a massive in the Open.
Yeah.
Even as he is now as a junior.
Yeah.
That's very competitive.
If you do go by the name Clark and that's genuine, then please let us know. So in future we can refer to you as Clark.
Cool. Next person, someone who trains at Zero.
Yeah.
Big fan. We have Ollie Neal.
Good lift points.
Yeah.
Junior under 93 with a total of 577.5.
Yeah, he had a great day, and he's one of the superstars we have in Zero. 9 for 9 for the first time.
Yeah.
He weighed in as a light 93.
Fake.
So he obviously just didn't really want to get cut into the 83s, but he only weighed in at 86.1.
Yeah, that's
chilling.
that's literally what you call.
If he just skipped a meal, I reckon he would have been in 83.
Yeah, he would have hit that.
So he's obviously just chilling, enjoying himself. It was his 5th competition. His first time competing in Welsh Championships. And as I said, he went 9 for 9 and he got a total PB. So there's much more to come from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Well done. We'll see you at Zero.
We'll see you in Zero. Yeah. That's what I mean. We can't big up the Zero members too much because then it just looks like we're just like too biased. But yeah, well done.
Next person, we have Enzo Boer.
Boer or Bauer?
Bauer. Junior under 93 at 545. Second time 9 for 9.
Yeah.
First time competing in the Welsh Champs and a total PB.
And a total PB.
Big up Enzo.
What more could you want? What more could you actually want? Total PB, first time competing at Welsh Champs, and 9 for 9.
Yeah, I feel
Perfect
like
day.
these people are just like, do their job and See you
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
And then come back, destroy the comp, and then come
yeah,
back.
yeah. It's written in the stars for most of these people, isn't it? They just show up, they get it done. Maybe Sean McCarthy's just inspiring the next generation.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Yeah.
there's a lot of execution going on.
Yeah, next person. Known about Josh. He's quite decorated in terms of powerlifting TV.
Well, I didn't know so much. I've got to be honest. When when we were going through this information, I'm glad you said that. It just goes to show that I didn't have my finger on the pulse. But honestly, I when I looked at Joshua Morgan's open powerlifting,
Yeah.
I didn't realize he's been competing since he was 17.
Yeah.
I was taken back. Like,
I think the first time I've seen Josh compete was at zero. Oh, not zero. PB. I think he was competing the same time as John. Very strong.
yeah,
Big quads.
This is did you say big quads?
Yeah, big quads.
Yeah, we love to see it.
Yeah.
This was his first time going 9 for 9, if we're correct. So massive congratulations, and a long time coming, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, well deserved for that.
Yeah, so Josh is, an under 105. Total on the day was 645.
A light 105.
Light 105.
So I think he's mainly competed as a 93. He weighed in at 99.2 for this.
Yeah.
So again, he either has a big cheeseburger and fills out the weight cat, or just skips a meal and goes into the one below, but he decided just to show up and rock it, I suppose.
Yeah, as his powerlifting TV, just to note, he's competed in the last 2 Commonwealth Championships, South Africa and New Zealand. So he was there when John cramped up, when New Zealand.
When Cramp for Life was founded.
Yeah, so he
When he born, yeah.
A little bit of lore. John was called Weak for Life before New Zealand, and then because of his cramping, he's changed his user to Cramp for Life.
Yeah, I think he should be Champ for Life now. Jodie Baden
our
said
hearts.
it. No, but she commented on it, and I actually think it's great. And he's done 3 Welsh Champs and he's won all 3.
He would
so
never.
I know he would. I know he would.
It's too much for him.
Or no, wait a minute. I think it was Coach for Life. I think I think Coach for Life would be a good one.
It'd be his new stance.
That could be the brand. Coach for Life. I could see it.
Yeah, but what if someone leaves him and it's not really a coach for life, is he?
Nobody leaves.
Nobody leaves. Once you're coaching me, you're locked in.
So with Josh doing the last 2 Commonwealths, he's got to be one of the favourites to do the next one.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
This was his 8th competition.
Yeah.
And he managed to get a total PB as well. So there's a lot more to come from him with the body weight and his age. So it's exciting to see where he goes.
Yeah.
Well done on your first 9 for 9.
Our next competitor is.
You can say it.
Is it
Maximilian.
Max? Oh, that's I was getting there. In my head. for everyone who don't know, I'm a bit dyslexic. So Maximilian. I can't even say it. Naz?
Maximilian Naz. We're definitely getting a complaint off Maximilian.
Yeah,
I could feel it.
please.
So just please understand that we're trying to give you a compliment here. We're trying to congratulate you on your 9 for 9 performance.
Yeah.
Maximilian Naz, I would guess.
Yeah. Sub-junior, under 74, with a total of 410 on the day. Second competition, 9 for 9 in both. 100% execution.
100% execution. So, we've now got to weigh up, is he sandbagging or is he the perfect executor? It's his first time competing in Welsh Championships and he achieved a total PB. The total PB would indicate that he just knows how to execute, Bri.
Yeah, every time he goes into a comp, he just knows how to.
Yeah, as long as you're getting that PB, then you're executing, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. That, I believe, concludes our loaded recognitions.
So well done for everyone who's got 9 for 9. Not to kind of discredit everyone else who's done 8 for 9 or had a different result on the day. This is just what we've seen on open powerlifting and on the day.
Yeah, it's a great way of giving recognition, I think. And
yeah.
it's not biased either. It helps us learn about athletes that we don't really know as well.
Yeah.
So like we were talking about Joshua Morgan then, like that I didn't know.
You didn't know.
But now I know.
Yeah.
Because he went 9 for 9 and I had to look into him.
And I think if we did go into everyone, we would just spiral in. It'll be a podcast for days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already is. It's been a couple of days now, isn't it? How long have you started?
Kelly's got us working
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah, she's taking the complaints right now. So yeah, congratulations to everybody that went 9 for 9. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of all of you. And well done to everybody that competed. But this was just us wanting to give some people in the community some recognition.
Yeah.
And we thought that the 9 for 9 would be a nice criteria to kind of do that.
So moving on to the champions. So we are going to mainly look at the Open. Shout out to the Masters lifters, but just to keep this short,
Yeah.
we're going to look at the Open lifting. So these are just to highlight the champions on the day.
Yeah,
Again, similar to the 9 for 9s, what they've kind of achieved on the day, given their flowers.
yeah. The champions deserve it, don't they? They deserve
Yeah,
the
they
recognition.
do.
They're setting the standards.
Yeah. This year it's been very competitive in some categories. I know that we said in our predictions that in some of the categories it's going to be a little bit more competitive, but since then there's been changes to the roster, so it wasn't as competitive. I would say as competitive, but it was still competitive, but it wasn't the same kind of elements that we've talked about.
Yeah. Who do we have first?
So in the our first champion in the female lifters is Megan Norris, under 52, total 290 kilos.
Yeah.
It is her first Welsh champ as an under 52.
Yeah, she did last year's Welsh Championships as an under 57, but she was very light under 57. So this is her first
she
time
cut
as an
into
under
this.
52, yeah.
That's a lot of times cutting into a weight class is very hard, and to do that and become champion is quite an achievement.
Yeah.
It's her 6th competition. Competed in last year's Commonwealth in South Africa.
Yeah, she went to South Africa, and when we were going over this, I'm sure Megan didn't have the day that she wanted. She went 5 for 9. But what I would like to say on this is that her total that she put up on a 5 for 9 day was still 5 kg better than last year's Welsh champion.
Yeah.
So when Megan has a better day, when she's at her best, when she goes 8 out of 9 or 9 for 9, she's going to put up something really special.
There's definitely a lot more room, and there's a ground that can be covered when the conditions are correct. You know?
Yeah. So well done on becoming your first, on winning your first under 52s Welsh Championship.
Yep. So our next champion, a 0 member, we have Becky Clark.
Yeah.
Under 57s with 385.5.
Yeah, this was her 3rd competition.
Yeah, 3rd competition. I thought Becky was competing, she's done multiple comps before.
She's really strong. She's really strong. She does look like she's been competing for longer than what she actually has.
Yeah, definitely. It's her, like you said, 3rd competition. First time competing in a Welsh Champs.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about this in our predictions, loaded predictions.
Oh, yeah.
That she was eyeing up the deadlift record.
Yeah.
And the deadlift record she got.
I believe she got it on her 2nd attempt,
did.
and then she beat it again on her 3rd. So she bested it twice on the day. We both on our loaded predictions predicted that Becky would win the under 57s, and she absolutely smoked it. She had a great day. She took that deadlift record on her 2nd attempt. And she was her total that she finished up with was only 4.5 kg off the current total record, which has stood since 2019. So we're witnessing something pretty special with Becky. So we've got a really strong under 57 coming through, who's going to be great representation for Wales, and is going to just kind of set the standard for that weight class.
I think Becky in the next comp will probably take that total record.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against her. We wouldn't bet against her, Brian, would we?
Yeah.
The loaded predictions would not bet against Becky. So yeah, we both locked in Becky on the loaded predictions. She's done us proud. She's done herself proud.
Yeah.
She had a obvious total PB on the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's absolutely smashed her first Welsh Championships. So well done.
Well done. Our next champion is Tamara Dunkley.
Yeah.
Under 63 with a 412.5 kilo total.
Yeah, this was her 6th competition. She's never lost. I thought this was so interesting, and Tamara, tell me if this is wrong. But Tamara has never lost when competing in Wales. So she's done 6 competitions, and out of those competitions, the ones that have been located in Wales, within the Welsh borders, she's won every time.
Every time.
I would be chuffed with that. That's quite the start.
She just went out, came back, but like, I just gotta let him know.
She's the Welsh. She's one of the Welsh warriors. She's one of the reasons. Like, it's people like Tamara is why the English didn't invade Wales.
Tamara's out there.
That's why they didn't successfully take over Wales.
Because it's Tamara.
Yeah, people like Tamara defending off the borders. So yeah.
Well done. It's a second Welsh Champs since 2023.
Yeah, so the last one was 2023.
So she missed a year.
She missed last year's. As we know, she was obviously building back nicely from injury.
Yeah.
And she basically returned this year to reclaim her throne.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's a very strong under 63.
Yeah.
Again, like Becky, she will be setting the standards for the other lifters in Wales. And also her squats on the day, I believe her third attempt, she didn't get it, but wasn't far off getting it. And it was only, I think it was within 5 kg of the current squat record for the under 63s. So she's got a crazy squat.
Yeah. I mean, strength's definitely coming back from her injury. Preparation this year has been really good. Very positive, and I think it's just getting her momentum going now. Yeah. Hopefully to see her in more competitions.
I'm excited to see more from Tamara, and we got to meet her properly, didn't we? And she seems really nice as well. So
very
great
sweet
lifter, really nice.
Yeah.
I hope you're not going to brush past this without talking about loaded predictions.
What do you mean? Oh no, of course. I was going to say that Dalton put Tamara up in the loaded predictions. I put Nicole.
Oh, you didn't back Tamara?
We back everyone essentially. We don't back one particular, but we had to go against the grain sometimes. And Nicole's very strong. I know that she missed the 180 deadlift on the day. I know we spoke to her. She did the 180 the week before, and I think on the day just wasn't there. Yeah,
and it goes back to the execution we spoke about, didn't it? Yeah. But going back to Tamara, never lost on home turf. Nope. Welsh warrior. Yeah. Done herself proud.
Yeah, and we want to say also another thank you for coming up onto the main stage with us during the halftime show. And I hope you had a nice meal.
So we can only like I said, we had to go around people and make sure they were comfortable with getting up on that main stage, and it was awkward for us all. But yeah, thank you for being involved with us for that adventure with us.
All right, another big one for our next champion. It is Christina Keogh Bennett, under 69, almost a fake 69, totaling at 457.5.
Yeah, this is her third. She went 9 for 9 for the third time. It's her 9th competition, and before we jump into everything else we've got there, right, we both locked Christina in on the loaded predictions as best female lifter. We went objectively off open powerlifting. Yeah. I feel like we'd never truly watched her lift, maybe in person.
I've seen her lift a couple of times. I think it's for yourself. You haven't seen her so much.
Yeah, I think I've seen her at comps and stuff, but never really
analysed what she
appreciated
was doing.
Exactly.
She kind of went under the radar. But so strong, you know.
Yeah, ridiculously strong. Like she literally, she just executed a perfect 9 for 9 day. She definitely had more in the tank. I would say she was kind of sandbagging a little bit. She ended up with a 96 GL and took best female on the day as well. It's just I couldn't believe what I was witnessing.
Never doubt.
We obviously the loaded predictions locked it in. But
I think we took the risk in when we made that prediction because again we haven't seen a lot of Christina's videos. She doesn't post much. Doesn't post much. She's a bit underwater in terms of Instagram, but came second last year, so it was there. It was very much there. But
obviously, but you know, as we know, there's winning your weight cut and then there's being the best lifter on the day, and you know she's just comfortably gone to that next gear. and she's established herself as one of the elite female lifters in Wales.
Yeah, definitely.
Sensational. She competed in Commonwealth Championships last year in South Africa.
Yeah, so I think that's the competition that was kind of like, ooh.
That's what put
Actually-
her on radar for us, wasn't it? Seeing that performance at Commonwealth.
And at a very lightweight.
Yeah, this is her second time competing in Welsh Championships. Last year, as you've mentioned, she finished second. So she's come back this year with a bang. Since last year's Welsh Championships, she went to Commonwealth. She established herself. And then she showed up this year and absolutely ripped it up.
Yeah.
Blown everybody out of the water, really. So, so her first Welsh Championship win. She won the best female lifter with 96 GL. She got a total PB. I actually spoke with her after the competition, and I asked her if she was aware of best female lifter and her contention and what she needed to do, and she just wasn't. She was just there to lift, and I was just a bit. I suppose we've really looked into statistics and stuff and really locked down everything, but I was just in awe. Like it was quite wholesome. She literally just showed up. She lifted what was put on the bar for her. She went 9 for 9, the perfect day. She wasn't aware of what her GL would be, what she needed to be best female lifter.
Yeah.
It was really nice. She deserves it. So well done to her.
Well done to her. Well done, Christina. Oh, our next lifter is Millie Mabbott.
What does GL stand for?
Good lift.
Yep.
Under 76, 453.5.
Yeah.
That 3.5 is a broken record.
Yeah, that is a broken record. That's a
is.
broken squat record of 181. Millie has a massive squat.
Yeah, she does.
She does. This was her 16th competition.
Very, very experienced.
Yeah, she's definitely got the experience. But her first time competing in Welsh Championships.
Yeah.
So, yeah, first time competing in Welsh Championships. She's taken the squat record. And there is so much more to come from Millie. She actually, and she might not have had the day that she wanted, or as good as she knows that she can do.
Yeah.
But last year's winning total in this weight category without Millie was 430. So she's put a nice 23.5 kilograms on last year's winning total. So Millie, watch out for her, because she's again going to be one of these lifters who's raising the roof and the standards in Welsh powerlifting.
Interesting about Millie, she changed her singlet every lift, which was crazy. It was a runway.
That
It's
is
crazy.
exhausting to me. I don't know how people do it. I think I might be wrong. There were a couple of athletes doing it. I think Max in the under 120 men's was doing it as well. And I think it would wipe me out.
It's more of the look good, feel good mentality.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
And,
dust off that, yeah. But yeah, there's so much effort goes into that, but we do see lifters that do it. But I always feel like when I look at their photos and stuff, and it trips me out a little bit. do you get what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like it just throws me off. I don't think it's for me, but yeah, for people that have got the flair and the style, then yeah, it's
Well done.
really
Millie.
good.
Well
Yeah,
done,
well done, Millie.
Well done to our local Zero DJ.
Yeah. Music's definitely dropped off. I don't know the last time I trained in the gym with Millie, so
yeah, exactly. So every time we are with Millie, the playlist is on.
the speakers are bouncing.
Our next lifter is our good friend Jodie Bainan,
Yep.
under 84, with a 501, 1 kilo, meaning she's broken something.
Yeah, she
which
has
is-
broken something. And she was always going to go above 500. And she's done exactly that.
Yep, that is right.
This was her 11th competition.
Yeah.
Third time competing in Welsh Champs. And she's won every time she's competed in Welsh Champs. This is the third year in a row that she has won. She managed to take the squat, deadlift and total record for the under 84s.
Yeah.
And achieved a massive 95 GL and total PB.
Yeah. On the day, it was unfortunate that she had. I think that it would have been a sweeter day if she had that third squat. Even though he was given like three reds, from where we were sitting, we thought it was in.
Yeah, I was
quite
confused. So I just assumed that because it was 3 reds, it was something else, that it wasn't depth.
Yeah.
Because most of the time it's 2 to 1.
Yeah.
So if you see 3 reds, there's there's
can't
solid
challenge.
reason for something to not be a good lift. But then I've since learned that apparently it was down to depth, and with the footage that I've seen and from where I was sat, it looked good to me.
It looked very good.
And I'm sure a lot of people would agree. And with that third squat, she would have extended the squat record, and her 95 GL would have become 96 GL, which is incredible.
Which is huge.
So she put in a massive shift, and she is just simply, and I've said it to her enough times now, she's probably sick of hearing it, but she is a mentality monster.
Yeah,
I think when you look at mentality in the roster, she's got the best mentality on the roster, because a lot of us like to talk. You know, I'm guilty of that. And I don't always truly believe that I'm going to back up what I'm saying, you know, down to the thing of banter and stuff. But with Jodie, she has intent, and if she says it, she's going to do it. So she deserves credit for that.
Yeah, really big. I wish I had. I was filming her last deadlift. It was, the crowd was going, and then someone walks into frame, and I was just like, oh no. And I missed the moment, and I wish I could rewatch that again without filming. But well done to Jodie. That was the atmosphere she creates when she is lifting. Is pretty special.
Yeah, I hope she keeps the run going. Like I said, it's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
She's said that she's thinking about maybe doing a high rocks or something through the summer months.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think she's back. You know, I'm sure she'd like to extend that to 4 in a row next year, maybe 5 in a row the year after, and keep pushing that ridiculously high GL.
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on. We now move on to the 84 plus, and the winner is Mel Rawsthorne, with a total of 517.5. Crazy, Mel.
Yeah.
Just the deadlift alone is just crazy. Like the way it moves.
Mel was the smiler of the day. I feel like every time she came out, she had a smile on her face. She had a great audience cheering her on. We spoke to her in between lifts and stuff, and it was such a good feeling with Mel. She had a great day. She had great support. I think you'd be hard pressed to find anybody that wouldn't want to see Mel perform well, because she's just a real joy to be around and to watch.
Yeah. On the day she went 9 for 9 for the second time. It's her 4th competition, first time doing Welsh Champs.
So she's still so new.
Yeah.
And she's just so strong.
Yeah. Total record, our record total.
The biggest female total in Welsh powerlifting.
Yeah. 517.5.
Honestly, I feel like if you see her deadlift in person, which I know you have, it's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I
so quick.
I think there are a lot of men that just kind of like, if they wanted to deadlift and they walk into the gym and they see that Mel's already deadlifting, they might put that deadlift session off until the next day, because Mel's got all the weights.
Yeah. And now can I get the credit that I am due from our loaded predictions, please?
Oh, sorry, we're still going through the loaded predictions.
We are.
I thought that was a thing of the past. Okay, so I think, who was it that you backed in this? Was it Mel? I thought I was Mel. You were Mel, I was Caitlin.
Yeah.
What I will say is they both had an exceptional day.
They did.
Caitlin put up great competition.
She did.
Caitlin took the squat record for the 84 pluses, and we're saying that Mel's registered the highest female total in Welsh powerlifting.
Yeah.
Caitlin registered the heaviest squat in female Welsh powerlifting history. So we are spoilt right now with the 84 pluses, and these two are going to battle it out for years to come. Yeah. They're great competition for each other, and another thing that's really nice is they also get along really well. Yeah. So nothing's toxic. It's good competition, and we just get to enjoy it because they are both strong. Back to the loaded predictions. You had Mel, I had Caitlin. I can just see in your face, you're going off topic. So we've leveled it back up. So far collectively, the loaded predictions have been pretty good. We're
not too bad in kind of guessing or predicting what's coming up.
Yeah, but well done to both. You had Mel, I had Caitlin. You win this round. but they both had exceptional days.
Yeah,
So well done
definitely.
both.
Right, moving on to the males open.
Yeah.
Our first lifter, which is the under 59, Nathan Jones, with a total of 478.5. Big day for Nathan.
Yeah, interesting fact. We didn't have somebody representing this weight class in last year's Welsh Champs. Nathan's come in. He smashed a 9 for 9 day. It's only his 4th competition.
Yeah.
He's broken all the records.
Yep.
Squat, bench, deadlift, and the total.
Yep.
And he's just set himself up lovely to kind of really maintain the helm there.
Yeah, so Nathan's just went, I'm taking 9 for 9, squats.
What else
bit
is
of
what else is
bench.
available here?
Yeah, as well as total. Yeah, I'm good.
I think,
You know.
and we had a conversation with him, didn't we?
Yeah,
So
we
we
were
were
like-
trying to get a sandwich or something, I think, in the cafe area, and we were talking with him and asking, how his day's going, and he just casually mentioned at that point, "Oh yeah, I've broken 6 of the 9 available records up to this point," and it's like, what?
was like,
So
six,
he didn't 6.
six.
So he didn't just take the records with his 3rd attempts. He was taking records with his second attempts, and then he was battering them. And so he's just he talking about raising the standards. He's taken that under 59 weight cap, and he's done exactly that.
Yeah, he's like, here's the standard now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to go for it, this is what it is. But yeah, he just went shopping, and I want that, this, that, and took it all with a 9 for 9 performance. So exceptional, well done.
Yeah. So our next champion is Jacob Downs, also known as Donut Barbell.
Yeah.
For the under 66 with a total of 547.5. He's quite a veteran, Jake.
Yeah, I think there's a mixture of that, and he's just really well known. He's well established in the sport of powerlifting, the community, really well known. I've never actually had a conversation with him, but I trust that I can refer to him as Jake, because people call him Jake.
Yeah.
But I only ever really hear good things about him. And he's just a massive asset to the sport. So it's nice to have people like
I mean,
Jake.
he's bringing up a lot of the athletes coming into these competitions. So,
Yeah.
Big props to him, getting people to this standard in his coaching business. Clearly has a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And proving it himself as an athlete on the stage is just another bonus for him.
Yeah.
Backing, a chef that can cook.
Yeah, and another interesting thing about Jake as well is quite often you'll see him handling himself.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
He'll be like, he'll finish his lift, go to the desk, and be like, "There you go, here you go."
Oh,
And then
I
off he
know.
goes.
It's just absolutely, because one thing I absolutely love about competing is you just feel pampered. Like you just people do the weights for you. You just kind of do your warm ups, you walk out. In some ways, it's like going into the gym by yourself to do your programmed in the week session can be worse, because you have to mess around with all your weights and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, having a handler on the day for me is absolute luxury. But Jake is just setting the tone in everything he does. And yeah, being his own handler, as an established coach as well as a lifter.
Yeah.
This is his 3rd time competing in Welsh Championships. He competed last year and won it, so he's gone back to back. He's won it again this year, and every time he's competed in Welsh Championships, he's won. So he's competed 3 times and he's won it 3 times.
Yeah.
So yeah,
One
he's
of those dominant forces.
yeah, definitely. So
he's also one of the ones that's protected Wales from the English.
yeah, he's protecting the border. But yeah, obviously talking about Nathan Jones in the weight cap below the 59s. If you want to try and go up to the under 66s and go for that little shopping spree, I'm sure Jake would welcome you.
Yeah. So our next category is the under 74 with Jack Lewis.
Who?
Jack Lewis.
Now we know.
Let me say it again. Jack Lewis.
Now we know who Jack Lewis is. For those of you that might have seen the previous episode when we were pulling all the stats, I stumbled across his open powerlifting and I didn't know if I had found the right.
You were like, who?
Who's
this guy?
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
This guy showed us exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Run it, Bri.
He's gonna love this because he's keeping up with the podcast.
Yeah. He's holding us accountable, isn't he?
Yeah, and one day he'll be on here One day.
He's told us. He'll told us. He'll either get him on or he'll
He's-
cancel
it's,
us.
It's on his bucket list.
Yeah.
To be on a person's bucket list is an honour.
Soon enough.
So with a total of 685.5, 16th competition.
Run it back. He's an under 74, yeah?
Under 74. I know, I said that first.
No, I know, but I'm
That's
saying
exactly
it's I just want to emphasise it. It's
Which
absolute
is nuts.
madness.
16th competition, 100 plus GL.
He's an established
Yeah.
100 plus GL
It's-
lifter.
100 plus is a rare person, you know, to find in the sport, to achieve kind of like that GL.
Can we call him a person?
Yeah. Crane.
I don't know if we can. A crane.
Crane.
He's just a crane, man.
Yeah. Crane, because he's broken that deadlift record with 270.5 kilos.
Yeah. Took a total PB.
Yeah.
It's his first time competing in Welsh Championships. And for those of you who think you're sitting pretty in the 83 above, he has told us
Told us.
that he might be going up to the 83s.
So,
Can you imagine him as an 83?
yeah, a lot.
Monster.
That's scary.
It is scary. I think there'd be some 83. I
At
think
least
there might be an 83 coming back down.
We don't know. Whatever Jack moves is the 83's move, you know?
Where you going, man? Where you going? Do you want to go up? Oh, okay.
Come down. And the person in the 83s that might do this is our
None other.
It's our 83 champion and our coach, John Bermudez, with 667.5 kilos.
Yeah, total PB for him.
Total PB for him. Crazy guy.
Yeah.
8 for 9? Was it 8 for 9? I think 8 for 9.
Yeah.
8 for 9, 14th competition. I think this is his second time getting a third deadlift.
Is it? What, third? Getting a set.
Second time getting a third deadlift. Yeah, there's a lot of history of him only making like 1 or 2 deadlifts.
Oh,
of his grip.
okay.
But I know that in the gym he's working on his
We
grip.
both know why he executed deadlifts.
Yeah.
There was pressure put onto
There
him,
was
and he had the
pressure
grit.
on him. If people haven't been keeping up with the bantam, the competition, the friendly competition in the gyms, John's been challenged twice for Welsh
next?
Powerlifting. So we had Aaron Lee challenging him for his deadlift.
Yeah.
Fair play to Aaron. He tried that 250,
Yeah.
which would have statically beaten John's
Yeah.
previous deadlift.
Yeah.
So big ups to Aaron for
If
attempting it.
Aaron did go for a chip on John's previous, I think I would have backed him for it.
Yeah.
But he went for that beautiful milestone of 250.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Yeah.
But then you also had our John's main competitor.
Oh yeah.
So Aaron he was injured during his preparation, so he was a bit on the border, couldn't perform as
Yeah.
much. But
But-
there was another.
Who went for the full hog?
the
So
full
Aaron just went
hog.
for the deadlift.
Yeah.
Insulted John's deadlift. Going for that wolf at the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
And then this next one was going for the full hog. He wanted the all you can eat.
yeah. So we have Bolu, who really challenging John
Yeah.
through that competition. And I haven't seen John kind of like every time they train on Wednesdays and they always see each other in the gym, so they know what they're lifting.
Yeah.
And every time it's always a bit secretive. It's like, oh, what did you do last weekend, or what was your deadlift last week? And John kept asking Bolu, it's like, oh, what were you doing? And Bolu's like,
He was
"Keep out of the way."
Bolu was so cool, man.
Yeah.
And every time I spoke to him, he was just so sure of himself, so confident.
Mm.
And like, if I was competing against him, I would have been nervous. Like he was exceptional.
Yeah, he was really good.
It was unbelievable. But John shows up for his 14th competition.
Mm-hmm.
It's his first Welsh Championships as an under 83. He's got Bolu and Aaron up in his grill, trying to throw him off. And he ends up winning it. This is his third Welsh Championships.
Yeah.
He's won all 3. He did admit to us afterwards that this was his most competitive one.
Yeah, I think it's most well-earned one, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And man, when Bolu took that second deadlift and absolutely smoked 270, just took it. It looked like a last warm up.
Yeah, to be fair, that was the scary part. That was like the Bolu's deadlifts were just coming off the floor and locking out, and I was just like, oh no.
I think everybody in the venue when Bolu was going for that third deadlift backed him to have it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have said he wasn't getting it.
Yeah,
And
I think I can see it already go up. Like,
and the current deadlift record for the Open 83s, I believe, is like 285. Bolu went for a 293 to win it all, get the Welsh record and to win
category.
and beat John. If he didn't go for it all, and if I'm being honest, I think on a different day, or if he takes that attempt again, he probably gets it. Like, he just, for whatever, I think it just kind of went away from him a little bit, because it actually moved really well.
Yeah, I think
and he just lost it a little bit.
We spoke to him on Tuesday maybe.
Yeah.
So I think he started, the position was a little bit further out, which caused him to kind of move forward. Came off the floor quickly, and I was, you know, as he said, I was sweating.
Yeah.
And as I think his knee locked out, his right knee locked out, and then caused him to drop the bar.
Yeah.
But I think everyone felt the kind of atmosphere in that venue. It was oh no,
Yeah.
like, he's gonna get this.
Yeah, definitely. So if he did, he's definitely coming for the Welsh record, and I think it's only a matter of time if he stays as an 83.
Yeah.
But if he chose to just go for the record on the day, he definitely had it. So that's only a matter of time. But what was also funny is we found out afterwards that a part of his assurance and confidence and his plan to unnerve John going into the comp. John, I think, several weeks out from comp, I think he dropped the deadlift.
Yeah.
And Bolu sent a photo to him of, I think, 270 or something on a deadlift bar, on a deadlift. And he put it up as a story, or he sent it to John, and he kind of also clipped in John's deadlift, the failed attempt. And Bolu later admitted to John after the comp that he never done that weight. He actually failed it, or he didn't do it. But he sent the photo to John as if he'd done it. So he was, honestly, he was really, really going at John.
Battle.
But John, with his handler, his brother Robin, will take some stopping, and unfortunately for Bolo on the day, it wasn't there. And John walks away with his 100% Welsh Championships record.
Yeah, which is crazy. Definitely one of the battles on the day. It was a bit nuts.
It was really, really good.
It was really crazy. But well done to John.
Yeah, well done.
Not to knock off Bolu, but he's competed really well. I can't wait for next year.
I can't wait for next year. Yeah. But John's just obviously got to take a step back now and get ready to...
It's a bit hard. It's a bit... John's in a between two big rocks, Jack and Bolu. We don't know. So if Jack moves up, John might come out and he gets a little bit of breathing space.
I think Bolu's long-term plan is to go up to 93. Yeah. But I feel like he's
bit of a shuffle if they wanted.
I think he's got unfinished business with the 83s, Bolu, for now. So I think he's going to stay there. So yeah, it's really exciting. So well done, John, on becoming this year's 83 Open champion. Well
done. And our next lifter is Mr. A7 Owen Hubbard, under 93 with 781.5 kilos. It was a bit of a shock because we thought initially Owen was going to go as an 83.
Yeah.
And then we had news that he was going to the 93.
Yeah.
Which kind of spun it a little. Got all the 93s riled up.
Yeah.
They were like,
the 83s are happy.
So I guess we just got to fight for second place.
The 83s are happy, don't they?
John was relieved, you know. But first competed in 2009. First competition in Welsh Champs since 2017.
Yeah.
He's done a bit of work himself.
That's the main reason for that, really, is the fact that he has just been the elite male lifter in Wales. He's registered the highest...
All in the country.
Yeah. So he's registered the highest GL, the highest male open GL in Wales. And the reason he hasn't competed in Welsh Championships for so long is because he's basically been competing in British powerlifting.
Yeah.
And he's been representing himself on a bigger platform, really.
On a bigger platform, yeah. Highest GL being 107. Again, one of those rare people.
That's a big rarity, all right.
Cranes, bencher. Just his bench is a bit nuts. My brother, he was very proud of his 195, and just like that, like an eagle.
on Owen's opener, it was so cruel. So we've had Jamie Cadogan and James Tambali battling out the bench record in the Open 93s.
Yeah, in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
those
and
two
it's
have
been really it's been really good for us to
competitive.
watch. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
really cool. And Owen kind of decides, I'm going to do this comp as a 93.
Yeah.
And for his opening bench, he just took that record.
Yeah, 197.5 just to make it,
Yeah.
just to tell him that I'm this is my start.
Yeah.
Which is above it. You're best.
And where did he finish up, right?
Finished the bench, his bench with 214 kilos.
So the new record is now set at 214 kilos.
That's where it will stand for another 10 years.
Well, you say that, and you would think that.
Yeah.
But James Tumbali has already thrown down the gauntlet and said he's going after that. He wants it back.
Oh,
What's your thoughts?
Hats off to him. Bear him.
It's technically 20 kg more on his bench. I would back James for that.
Yeah, I guess he's still a very new lifter. As long as he stays healthy. I mean, his arms are big enough.
Yeah. He's a healthy boy.
He's a nice dense person.
Yeah.
I think he can bench a car.
Yeah. He's also, so with Owen Hubbard, going back onto his exceptional bench, he also still holds the British Open under 83 bench record at 218.5.
Yeah.
So he's just a benching beast, really, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bench specialist, and John has followed him in the bench specialist department.
John's made it clear that he idolises Owen. John will not purchase anything SBD.
Yeah, good.
So speaking about SBD,
Yeah.
Mr. Owen Hubbard was best male lifter of the day.
Yeah.
Was awarded some SBD kit.
Yeah, and it was like being Mr. A7 and having his company. He was just like, "Oh, Lab, do you wanna receive the SBD kit?" Lab was like, "Yeah, 100%."
Which was really nice.
A7 through and through.
Yeah,
I
rightly
think for
so.
him just to come back and lay the ground for like the competition in Welsh Powerlifting. It's just so good to see him back.
Yeah, it definitely is. So really good one. So well done on being this year's Open 93 champion.
Well done. And our next one is Will Greaves with under 105 with 767.5. Nuts.
Yeah, this is only the second time he's gone 9 for 9.
Yeah.
It was his 5th competition.
Yeah.
His 3rd time competing in Welsh Championships, and it's the first time he's won Welsh Championships with a total PB. Will just showed up and absolutely executed everything. Going back to what we were saying about either sandbagging or executing on a 9 for 9 performance, Will was very much just load the bar for me and I'll do it. And I actually learned last night that I remember seeing his opening deadlift on 290. Yeah. And his coach had actually loaded that in to throw Rhys Boswell off, because obviously, as we know, Rhys Boswell's got a massive deadlift. Yeah. Will Greaves is just really well rounded. Yeah, every lift is exceptional. And I found out that Will Greaves was just like, why are we doing this? I just want to lift. Like it just like his coach said, no, we have to play the mind games. We have to throw off the competition. But like Will just wanted to lift, and rightly so. He obviously backs himself regardless of all the noise and the politics and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I remember it was ages ago now, and seeing him put a post up. And as you know, we're quite close with Rhys Boswell, and he'd put up a post, and Kelly and I we were sat in a beer garden, nice sunny day. I had my shades on. I just grabbed myself a pint, and I saw this post come through, and I saw it, took my shades off, moved them. Am I seeing this right? And I just remember commenting saying, "Oh damn," and like tagging Rhys Boswell in and some other 105s. And since then, it's just like this guy is bringing in some serious contention. Yeah. And I remember some Swansea lifters saying, like, because we were making a lot of noise in Cardiff with Rhys Boswell, and rightly so. And they were saying, you know, don't sleep on Will Greaves. No, yeah. And he has now just woken everybody up.
Yep, don't sleep on Will Greaves.
Yeah, so well done on that. Excellent performance.
Our next one is Dan Gallagher under 120 with 742.5 kilos. Yeah. Big competition. Funny fact, Dan has just recently moved to North Wales.
Recently relocated,
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks, and in that 2 weeks he's only trained 3 times.
Yeah. I actually had a pleasant conversation with Dan before he got on the platform, and he told me how maybe his prep hadn't been ideal.
Yeah.
He'll do what he needs to do to win, which he did.
Yeah.
And yeah, he said, make sure we only say nice things on the podcast about him, otherwise he's coming after us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
We
this
love
was
Dan.
this was his 9th competition. This really surprised me. This was his first time competing in Welsh Championships. So he's got 100% record.
Yeah, he's done other comps, you know, ST, Home Nations. He's done Home Nations before.
Yeah, he's respectfully strong. We've mentioned the 742.5 total that Dan put up to win this year's Welsh Champs, but he is an 800 kg lifter. On the day of winning, he went 6 for 9, which isn't ideal for him, but I do sense he would have loaded what he needed to make sure that he won. I don't think he cared too much about it being pretty. He just needed just get the win.
I mean, the prep wasn't like the best prep. Also, with moved, you know, having that strength or stress from like moving location and finding a good gym
hard work
and a support system, and kind of like you lifting over there. Does he have the right equipment up in North Wales?
Yeah, and
then traveling back down to compete. You know, it's a long process, and for him to win. In his category, speaks volume. So
and even with him not having his best day, going the 6 for 9, he still won, and he also put up a bigger total than last year's winner as well. So it just goes to show that a Dan Gallagher not at his best is still a high standard. So well done for that.
And our last champion is Thomas Atkins, 120 plus. 827.5 kilos. Yeah. The big giant.
Yeah.
Oh, the friendly giant, sorry.
Yeah, Thomas Atkinson had a great day. His 5th time he's gone 9 for 9. This was his 10th competition, so nice milestone there for him. His 3rd time competing in Welsh Champs, and he has won every time he's competed in Welsh Champs.
Yeah.
So he's kept that 100% record.
Yeah.
He had a lovely total PB. Do you remember his final deadlift?
Yeah, it was
nice. It kind of felt like an iconic moment.
Yeah,
it felt so weird, but saying that, but
the atmosphere was very much like Enzo's Icelandic clap. It was the very much the same atmosphere. Everyone was got on their feet. Everyone was cheering him on. And for him to perform and get his last deadlift was more like a victory type result. So I feel like if he did this, everyone would be like,
I do think, I think it was the noisiest I'd heard it that day, because everybody loves Big Thomas. Like he's a likable guy. He's a strong lifter, and I felt like that was the one moment of the day where everybody watching was cheering for him. So yeah, great shift. Well done. We're proud of you. We always backed you. We didn't back Ben Warren. We backed you, Thomas. Don't listen to what people are saying. While we're on Ben Warren, actually, talking about controversy, he had a bit of controversy with his squats. Again, to my untrained eye, Ben Warren's 2nd and 3rd squat, I think, looked fine to me.
They looked fine. They moved fine, but every time it was a 2 for 1 against the lift. But the jury every time had the same issues come up.
So there must be good reason for it that we don't know. But Ben Warren literally takes the bar for a walk. He, like where you see most people set themselves up, they brace. They're composed. They just slowly take it out. They're careful, delicate. Ben just picks it up. Like he just literally stands up with it, walks out, just drops straight back up, walks it back in. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy the numbers he's doing. He's got the current 120 plus squat record. He would have obviously had it again. I think the 3rd attempt was for it. Was it? But yeah, controversy around his squats as well as Jody's. To me, I would say they both looked good, but nonetheless, it's sport with obviously guidelines and referees and officials, and it wasn't. We also had Joe Walton competing in the 120 pluses.
Good to see Joe back on the platform.
Yeah, but like Owen Hubbard, he changed. So where Owen changed from an 83 to a 93 for the comp, Joe did the same. He was originally registered as a 120 to compete, changed to a 120 plus. with the 120 pluses, Joe put up the highest GL because he's a light 120 plus, and gave great competition to the other 120 pluses as well. So he deserves credit for that.
Funny thing with Joe, he also competed in ST the week before.
Did he?
Yeah, competed in ST, same like Bayer. They both competed in ST, and then they both competed in Welsh Champs,
Oh, that's just greedy.
which is crazy.
I actually asked Joe in the changing room because I follow him around. I asked him about what he weighed in at and how he was feeling, and he reassured me that he will be going back down to 120s and that I will be seeing him.
Just to keep you.
I don't need to be seeing him right now.
Just to keep you in line.
I don't need to be seeing him.
He's going away. He's going to be away for 6 months. So he's going to be away from powerlifting, and then he's going to come back, and he's saying that you better get your stuff together.
He's giving me that 6 months, is
He's
he?
giving you that stuff together to get out.
Yeah.
Or get your stuff.
If I'm still here when he gets back, then I'm asking for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad to see it. There you
Yeah.
go. Joe versus Dalton.
Shut your mouth, goddammit.
But well done to everyone lifting. Well done to Thomas for being the 120 plus champ.
Yeah, never in doubt, Big Thomas.
So earlier in this week, we sent out questions, community questions to be put in. We're going to take one of the questions and answer them in this podcast. So one of them, very interesting. We know that Commonwealth is next year, but based on this year's Welsh Champ results, what would your team look like? So we had a rough one. This was so we had a bit of supervision. We didn't know the specification. Supervision.
We don't know the criteria.
for the specs for what goes into team selection.
Yeah.
So we believe it's 8 female, 8 male lifters going into Commonwealths.
Yeah.
And this is usually top GL, but then you have that caveat of there's only 2 per weight category in the team, essentially.
Yeah. So if you have 4, if 4 of the highest female GL lifters are all in the same weight cat, you can only take 2 out of those 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's obviously.
Yeah. So that makes it tricky sometimes for some athletes.
People will shift weight cats, won't they?
Yeah,
to try and accommodate that.
They will try to if moving a weight class gives the team a better chance of winning, I think that's the right call to do.
And I think an example of that would be, say, Joe Walton, for example. We just said that he had the highest GL as a very light 120 plus lifter. He would probably be better suited dropping back into a 120 for something like this.
Yeah, to accommodate.
Hopefully he doesn't know, because I would like to do Commonwealth.
But so we're going to run through kind of what our predicted team, loaded team.
Again, heavy supervision. So if there's any criticism.
Yeah. Again, this is our kind of like our thoughts. So some people are interchangeable, but it really depends on the community, the committee, the team committee, Welsh Powerlifting Committee, who decide to put forward for Commonwealth.
I suppose the way we could do it is we'll go through what we've got here, and we'll say what we think, like if we agree with what's in there or not, or what we think it should be.
Yeah. So for Commonwealth team, based on the Welsh Powerlifting results this year, so we have, let me just run through them. For the ladies, it's under 57s, Becky Clark; under 63, Tamara Dunkley; under 69s, Christina Keogh Bennett; under 76, Millie Mabbott; under 76, Carol McQuillan Edwards, sorry.
No. Don't apologise to me. Apologise to Carol.
Sorry, Carol. Under 84s, Jodie Bainan. Under 84s, Marie. Or
this one's contention, isn't it?
84 plus, Caitlin Davis. And then the 84 plus, Mel Rosethorne.
That's quite the team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I mention the men?
Yeah, you go on.
Okay, I'll do it, yeah. So for the men's dream team, so again, this isn't locked in, this is just if it were happening this year. So for the men's, the under 74, we would have Jack Lewis. We'd take 2 under 83s, John Bermudez and Owen Hubbard. We'd take 2 under 93s, so Jamie Cadogan is non-negotiable, And then the toss, we'd have a contention then between James Tumbali and Lewis Davis for the second under 93 slot. Then the under 105 would be William Greaves. And then we've currently got two 120 pluses drafted as Joseph Walton and Thomas Atkinson. But I think Joe Walton would drop to a 120.
Yeah, I think this is kind of like the move to get the most GL as possible.
Yeah.
Again, with the under 93s with James Tumbali and Lewis Davis, it's up to the committee to choose who they think is the most consistent, reliable, who's going to rack up those numbers on a day.
Yeah.
Commonwealth is still very much a while away, but within those kind of like now until then, potentially, theoretically, it could have changed. Someone could get injured, so therefore it goes to someone else.
Yeah, they've got to be quite strategic about it, haven't they? About how they assemble the team. So if we were to look at this, then Brian, we would look at the areas of contention.
Yeah.
So if we look at, we were saying it would either be Marie Warren as an under 84 or Caitlin Davis as an 84 plus.
Yeah.
So both of these ladies didn't win this year's Welsh Champs, but both respectfully strong. So this would be a decision that obviously the coaches as such of Welsh Powerlifting would have to make. So whether you go Marie Warren or Caitlin Davis. So what would your thoughts be on this one? Right?
So Marie is very light. She is a fake 84 as weighing it at 79.7 in the last in this year's Welsh Champs. Very consistent, 9 for 9. Potentially if she does fill out that 4 kilos, she could raise her GLs like a lot more,
Yeah.
And she's very consistent.
I think, if you're going off a GL basis, and as we know, GL favours the lighter lifter.
Yeah, it is.
I think they may be close on GL right now without her filling that weight cap. So strategic play would probably be Marie on this one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then you also got Caitlin. She's very much a veteran in terms of international competition.
She's established,
She's established GB lifter, so she's consistent. She can perform.
Both of these lifters are going to execute.
Yeah,
so if you're looking to assemble a dream team, I think execution would not be an issue for any of these ladies.
Yeah, I mean they can swap out as much as they want. They could have two in the 84s, having Caitlin and Mel, Marie as the 84, and potentially maybe take out Carol.
Yeah.
Because even though Carol didn't have the best of days, that could be something that they could have to change. But we can't count Carol out because she is still very much a really strong.
Carol on her day, isn't it? Like, and I think that's why her name's there.
Yeah.
I think everybody who knows Carol knows that the performance on the weekend just wasn't what she's normally about.
Yeah.
And on her day, even on like a fairly average day for her, she's exceptional. So she's definitely in contention. So I suppose that's that right now. So the ones that we would definitely lock in then as 100%, I would say would be Becky Clark as the under 57, Tamara Dunkley as the under 63, Christina Keogh-Bennett as the under 69, Millie Mabbott as the under 76, Jodie Bainan as the under 84, and Mel Rawsthorne as the 84 plus would be the 100% right now off the back of Welsh Champs.
Yeah.
We lock those in.
Yeah. And then you have everyone kind of else. We don't know. There could be other lifters that we haven't spoken about or not on our radar. Please do comment down on who you think that potentially could fit those places. But we got to give a shout out to Carol, Marie and Caitlin.
Oh yeah, definitely. So if we go on to the men's then.
Yeah, for the men's, again, we already spoke about this, but James and Lewis for the 93s, they're the ones that could be switched around. Again, for another one to just get more GL, if Owen was open to it, drop him back down to the 83s to again get
It'd be strategic, wouldn't it?
It was more of a strategic move to get the most GL.
Yeah. And also, John Bermudez has told us he wants to share that adventure with you, Owen. So
yeah, he wants to be
very caring of
teammates.
He wants to be an 83 teammate of yours.
Yeah. We love it. We love the grind. We love the Buddy and John.
But going back to what we were saying earlier in the episode, this time next year, Jack Lewis might be an 83. So straight away, we might end up with 3 strong 83. So these are the difficult decisions that the coaches are going to have to make.
Yeah.
So for us then, if we're going off again for the ladies, if we're going to go 100%, who's locking in right now off this year's performance? Who are we saying, Brian?
We would say that under 74 would be Jack, under 83, John Bermudez, under 83, Owen Hubbard, under 93, Jamie Cadogan, Under 105, William Greaves. And then 120 plus, Joseph Walton. 120 plus, Thomas Atkinson.
We'd probably switch him to under 120, Joe Walton.
We depending on the day, but for just backing off from Welsh Powerlifting, this would be the case.
Yeah. And to be fair as well, that under 120, that could just as easily be Dan Gallagher as well.
Yeah.
So he's another one that'd be in contention for that there. So I suppose it mainly depends on, we're trying to give an example of the process that would be at play this time next year. So this could change so much when it really matters. But right now we're just trying to give an idea, and like I said, we didn't know enough about the criteria either, so we're learning as well.
Yeah. So if we have something wrong, please do let us know. But we want to ask you, who would be on your Welsh Champs team? Let us know so we can post it. We'd like to give everyone the highlight. Anyone we're kind of missing, the highlight that they deserve for. On this podcast, on this platform, we want to just keep again spotlighting these athletes in Welsh powerlifting. Bit of a place to kind of make sure that everyone gets seen in what.
Yeah, we really want to give it a community feel, and it's as simple as that. And we want to do our best, and we hope we've done it in this episode to cover all athletes, not just the ones in the open, not just the ones that are 90 plus GL. We are going to do our best to kind of really have that community go in. And as we always try to say to you all, please DM us, reach out to us if there's any questions you have that you want us to try and cover in episodes. We've already got a list of questions from people, and they will go into future episodes. It helps us with our content and what we're going to talk about. So we're approachable just at any time. If there's anything, it might seem quite random to you, cheesy, or you might have a bit of beef with Brian because he seems to be good at steering things up. Just reach out to us. Just, we'll and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Where'd you learn that? How many podcasts have you been doing?
This is fourth now. Ooh, baby, we're cooking.
Hopefully we can get a bit more content out to you guys. So keep up with us.
We will build up more momentum.
Yeah. So let us know. Do you want to close it up?
Yeah. Let's lock it off. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was you asking if if we're just going to collect it.
You love it.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in to this week's. Thank you for watching. We do generally appreciate it. So if you've watched all of it and you're now at this stage with us, thank you for sticking with us.
And then just one last thing, shout out to everyone that's come up to us and said that they've enjoyed the podcast. It really means a lot to us. It kind of gives us a little bit more motivation to kind of like keep rolling this off. I think we like to think we're doing good, so thank you for everyone. Yeah, I mean, there's no real benchmark for a Welsh Powerlifting podcast, so I suppose that makes us feel good, doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, we'll start to release more content at some point, and look to really build up a nice rhythm so we can all enjoy it. And any feedback is good feedback for us. So let us have it. Cool. Thank you very much. Until next time. Keep loading the plates. You heard it here first.